Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the latest chapter of the legendary action RPG series, Yeast X, Nordics. In this review, we'll take a closer look at Adel Kristen's newest adventure, set in the mysterious Obelia Gulf, where our favorite red-haired hero takes on a world filled with ancient secrets, fierce warriors, and powerful mystical forces. We'll explore the story, break down the new combat and exploration mechanics, and see how it compares to previous Yeast titles. Is this installment a worthy addition to the series, or does it fall short of expectations? Yeast X, Nordics unfolds about a month after the events of Yeast 2, Ancient Yeast Vanished, the final chapter, following a young 17-year-old Adel Kristen as he embarks on a new adventure, journeying towards Salceda alongside his trusted companions, Dogi and Dr. Flair Rahl. The story is set in the enigmatic Obelia Gulf, a sprawling region filled with countless islands of varying sizes, situated to the north of Hispania and west of Glaya. Here, Adel encounters two distinct factions, the Normans, renowned seafaring warriors with a formidable reputation, and the Griegers, mysterious and seemingly immortal beings whose existence poses a grave threat to the people of the Gulf. As these two forces collide, Adel finds himself navigating a perilous conflict that could reshape the fate of Obelia Gulf. Empowered by a mysterious voice within a seashell, Adel gains a form of mana magic that grants him the rare ability to harm and defeat the otherwise invincible Griegers. During his journey, he crosses paths with Karja, a spirited young Norman warrior with a mysterious past and the same extraordinary mana abilities. United by their shared powers, Adel and Karja join forces to unravel the mysteries surrounding the islands, including the ancient legends and the enigmatic force known as the Grimnir. Together, they traverse from island to island, facing daunting challenges such as battling formidable beasts and deciphering the secrets of ancient ruins that hold crucial clues to the region's hidden history. Along his journey, Adel encounters several new companions who join his quest and become valuable allies. These companions not only assist him in uncovering the region's hidden secrets, but also help man the ship, contributing to the adventure and expanding the story as they sail deeper into the mysteries of the Obelia Gulf. Together, they work to unravel the ancient enigmas and face the dangers that lie ahead. The gameplay in Yeast X, Nordics delivers a fast-paced and exhilarating action experience, where battles unfold in real time, allowing players to engage enemies dynamically. Each character brings their own unique weapon and skill set to the fight, enabling players to switch seamlessly between the two controlled heroes. This system not only adds variety to combat but also encourages strategic play, as mastering each character's abilities and timing their skills can turn the tide in challenging encounters. There's a new feature called cross-action where you can switch between two modes, solo mode, where Adel fights alone with fast attacks, and combination mode, where Adel teams up with Karja to do powerful moves together. This adds a new layer of strategy because you can choose which mode works best depending on the enemy. The ability growth system introduces release lines, which consist of interconnected nodes that can be unlocked to enhance the player's capabilities. This system becomes available at the start of Chapter 2. Each node requires mana points to unlock, which players earn by leveling up. Unlocking these nodes rewards players with crystal shards and new abilities, both for solo and combined actions. Once a node is unlocked, it can be further customized with mana seeds. These seeds come in three types: sword, shield, and chalice, each offering unique enhancements. Sword seeds boost defensive abilities, shield seeds enhance defensive skills, and chalice seeds provide miscellaneous effects, adding versatility to the player's skill set. While exploring the field areas, Yeast X, Nordics introduces new mechanics that enhance both traversal and combat. One of these is the mana string, which allows players to swing across gaps and reach otherwise inaccessible locations. The mana string can also be used in combat to quickly close the distance to enemies, adding a dynamic element to movement. Another key mechanic is the mana burst, an area of effect (AoE) attack that can not only damage enemies but also interact with the environment. It proves useful during exploration, allowing players to break obstacles or activate certain mechanisms. In boss battles, the mana burst comes in handy for dealing with environmental hazards that bosses may summon, such as traps that obstruct movement or cause damage. These features deepen the gameplay by making exploration more engaging and combat more strategic. Additionally, a terrain traversal mechanic using a hover-like tool adds even more variety, appearing in some escape minigame sequences and providing a quick way to navigate the terrain. In addition to the combat, Yeast X, Nordics introduces ship exploration, allowing players to sail across the seas and explore various islands. As you navigate the waters, you can discover treasures and engage in ship-to-ship combat. This approach gives the game a sense of freedom and adventure that sets it apart from earlier Yeast titles, which were more focused on dungeon crawling and land-based exploration. The ship is also upgradable, introducing exciting new role-playing elements to the game. Players must first gather the appropriate materials to enhance the ship, adding a layer of resource management and exploration. The ship's color can also be altered, allowing for greater customization and personal expression in its design. The visuals in Yeast X, Nordics are bright and colorful, making the world feel alive and full of energy. The character designs look good, and the environments are detailed, especially the islands with their beaches, forests, and ancient ruins. However, compared to other modern games, the graphics might seem a little outdated because they don't have the same level of realism or fancy effects. Compared to Yeast 9, Monstrum Nox, Yeast X, Nordics presents a clear visual upgrade, with more refined character models that showcase better textures and facial details, enhancing the overall realism and expressiveness. While Yeast 9 retains the series' signature colorful style, its visuals are more limited, especially in terms of texture quality and environmental detail, likely due to its origins on the PlayStation 4. In contrast, Yeast X benefits from newer technology, offering richly detailed environments, dynamic lighting, and weather effects that create a more immersive experience. This makes Yeast X visually superior, marking a significant leap forward in graphical quality for the Yeast series. Musically, Yeast X incorporates an epic score that blends orchestral themes with Nordic influences, enhancing the adventure's grand scope. And when out exploring in the field, Yeast X music share much more similarities with Yeast 8. Yeast X, Nordic strongpoints are fast-paced combat. The battles are fun and keep you on your toes. Cross-action system, switching between modes adds a unique strategy element. Exploration, the ability to sail and find new islands adds a fresh twist. Great soundtrack and voice acting. The music and voice acting really helps set the mood for different parts of the game. While its shortcomings are, graphics aren't very advanced, some people might find the visuals a bit outdated, story can be predictable, it follows a typical adventure path, so there aren't many surprises, side quests are not very interesting, they can feel repetitive and don't always add much to the main story. Missing iconic opening movie. The Yeast series has a long-standing tradition of captivating opening movies that set the tone for each adventure. Surprisingly, Yeast X breaks from this tradition, leaving fans without the iconic cinematic introduction they've come to expect. Yeast X, Nordics is available on platforms like PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. The price is around $59.99, which is the usual cost for a new game, but it could feel a bit high if you're expecting the latest graphics or an extremely deep story. Overall, Ys X Nordics is a solid action RPG that does a good job of mixing fast-paced combat with some fun exploration. It's not the most groundbreaking game out there, but fans of the Ys series and action RPGs will find plenty to enjoy, especially with the new cross-action system and the ability to sail the seas. If you're looking for an adventure that's easy to follow, has fun combat, and a cool soundtrack, then it's worth checking out. Just don't expect the graphics or story to blow you away. Thank you for sticking with us till the end. We hope you enjoyed the review, and we can't wait to see you in our upcoming ones. Stay tuned for more exciting content.